Hey guys, have you got a rib closure wig? In this video, I'll be showing you guys the easy way to fix a tall closure wig at home. Without taking too much of your time, let's dive into the video. One simple reason why this wig got ripped off, it's because the cap was small. The story behind this wig was that the client actually ordered it from Nigeria and it was delivered to her. When it was delivered, she tried to wear it. The wig is too small. She tried to force it onto her head. That was how the wig got tore. So if you have a situation like this, don't be scared. We're going to fix it together. So one thing you will need to fix this is a transparent thread. I don't know if you guys have heard about it. Don't worry, we'll sort it. So firstly, what you need to do, you need to make sure that the hair is going one side, like just take it out of the way so you can have a clear surface to work on. So make sure you can see the way I'm hiding the extension, the wigs under the pin. Then I can pin down. With that, you won't have any destruction around while you are trying to fix that. So what you will need is the invisible lino thread. It's very perfect. And then you need a slim needle. If you can find one, good for you. But this time I was able to find something not very slim, but it works anyway because it's not bigger than the lace hole. So why you're using a slim needle is because you don't want to use a needle that is very big, so it doesn't like start tearing while you are trying to sew. With this invisible thread, it works magic. You see the way I'm tying it right now. I'm going to give you guys reason why I left that big gap at the beginning. When I tie it like halfway. I gave like 3 inches and then I tie, which I'm going to explain as we're working on this lace. Just concentrate on what I'm doing. I bet you're not going to miss anything. So firstly, the first thread that you're going to put in, the first needle you're going to pass through the lace, you give an inch at the front and then you start sewing. I will explain why you have to give an inch, because with this kind of lace tore, this tore that we have right now, it's very tricky, which I'm going to explain to you guys as I work, as we sew together. Let's say it that way. So what I like to do, the thread, you could, if you notice, I did not double the thread. So I sew upwards and then I will come back to sew that 1 inch that I left. If you don't do it that way, the knot that you're going to have at that beginning might start unraveling. So you see what I did when I sewed that middle, that 3 inches that I left, or 2 inches gap on the thread, that's what I'm using to secure where I've sewed already, if that makes sense. That just gives it an extra, just to make sure that the sewing is properly secured, if that really makes sense, because the thread actually feels like a rubber. So if you don't secure it properly, it might start unraveling. Not everyone will tell you this, but I want this tutorial to be very detailed. So if you're seeing this for the first time, congratulations to you. You're going to learn all you need to know on this video. So after sewing back and forth, I start sewing downward. Now while you are putting your needle through it, just pay attention to what I am doing. While you're putting your needle through it, make sure you're not picking the hair. You are concentrating on the lace. Yes, make sure you're concentrating on the lace, not the extension on the lace, if that makes sense. Yes. So when you drag it, make sure you pull it, gently pull it, so you don't tear the lace. And when you're putting the needle, if you watch very well, you will notice that I gave an inch away from where the mark, where the toe is, where it was tore, where it's been ripped off. I will take my needle a little bit backward, if that really makes sense. Just pay attention to what I'm doing. Concentrate on my needles and you understand what I'm saying. So don't start sewing it too close to where it was ripped or where it was tore. If not, it's gonna just easily unravel, like easily tear from that the already tore mark, if that makes sense. I don't know how to explain it, but I just hope I'm actually explaining it better. So what I like to do, if you sew the very first sewing downward, it's gonna look just the way it's looking right now. looking at it, you might think that you are actually seeing the line, but by the time you turn it to where the hair is, you will hardly see the thread. That's why it's called invisible thread. You will hardly see it. So what I like to do, because I've gotten complaint from other people who actually went to stitch their lace from other stylists or salon, they complain that after some time the stitches started getting tore. Do you understand? So if you don't want that to happen, what I like to do when I get this kind of revamping job or repairing job, to repair a wig, a lace wig, I always want to sew it twice. So this is the end. I've gotten to the end of it. I make sure I open the thread to make sure that that end is properly secured. And what I will do, I will start sewing forward again. That's the second time. And this time, while I'm sewing forward, I'm also giving gap on the lace. I'm not sewing, I'm not putting the needle exactly the same place that I put the needle the first time I sewed backward, if that really makes sense. I'm trying my best to make sure I explain the possible way that you guys can understand. Please leave a comment in the comment section below if this is helpful or if I try to explain it better. So when I get to this front now, I start sewing again. And then when I sew to the front, if you notice, I'm securing the thread in the middle, not at the very front, because if you do that, the knot you're going to have at the front, it will either be itching the client's head, or because of that reason the stitches is going to unravel. If you don't want that to happen, make sure that it's either you are ending your sewing at the very back or in the middle, if that really makes sense. Like I said, you can either sew the lace once or twice. For me, I prefer twice because it's more secure. So if you've watched this extent and you think you like this tutorial, please do me a favor by hitting on the subscribe button, and don't forget to drop a comment. Let me know what you think about this tutorial. Do you like it? Now I'm going to secure the ends and then just knot it there. I like to knot it like 2-3 times, minimum of 2, but 3 is advisable. Yes, knot it like 3 times, and when you knot it, make sure you stretch it very well to make sure that the thing is really firm, because like I said, this feels like a rubber. So next, what I like to do, I'll use my hot iron and just rub through it. It's not too hot. Take note of that. It's not very hot, it's just medium hot, a little bit hot, and then I rub through it. With that, it sealed the thread on the lace, and when you rub your hand through it, you will notice that it's actually smooth when you rub your hand through it. At this moment, I want to plead with you guys to please support the channel by hitting the subscribe button. Drop a comment in the comment section below. Let me know what you think about this tutorial. Was it helpful? So you can see the lines of where I actually sew. You can see that the thread is not really invisible. So when you are running your hot iron through it this time around from the extension part, just make sure you are pressing the hot iron a little bit on the thread, so it just kind of melt it well, silk down. You can see that if you pay attention to that lines, the thread is not actually like showing very pronounced. That is the reason why it is called invisible thread. It works like magic. Seriously, that is the only thread you can actually use to work on your tall lace, on your tall lace wig. This is the recommended thread you can actually look. It's very invisible, you hardly see it. And by the time I was done, this came out really beautiful. So if you have a tall wig you think you want to work on, that you've been thinking of throwing away, or you don't know what to do with the wig, please send us to us via Instagram, and we'll be able to revive and then repair your wig for you, and it will actually look like a brand new wig. So all you need to do is to send us a DM via Instagram, and our Instagram handle will be linked on the description section. Just click on it, send us a DM, and we'll be able to help you with your wig and bring it back to life. So this is the easiest way you can fix a tall closure wig at home. You don't need to go to the salon to do this if you can actually do it. Just get the thread and get a proper needle. Watch this tutorial over and over again, and I bet you're going to do it like a pro. By the time I was done, this wig came out really beautiful. Look at how neat that sewing is. Like I said, you can sew it once, run it once or twice, but I prefer twice because it actually secure it for life. Look at how beautiful that looks. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys on my next one. And don't forget to drop a comment before leaving. Bye.